Stoic communication goes beyond techniques and practices. It carries the power to create genuine emotional connections with your team and inspire profound changes, both at work and in their personal lives. When a leader communicates with clarity, control, and purpose, they don't just solve problems, they transform people. Today we explored how Stoic communication can transform your leadership. We discussed three essential pillars: emotional control, intentional communication, and rational perspective, and saw how to apply them in scenarios like crisis management, constructive feedback, and team alignment. We also highlighted the emotional and inspiring impact your words can have when used with purpose. Now, true transformation begins when you put these concepts into practice. Try adopting a Stoic approach the next time you face a leadership challenge. Before speaking, pause, reflect, and choose your words with intention. Remember, a leader is not measured solely by what they say, but by the impact their words have on the people around them. If this content was helpful to you, leave a comment sharing what resonated most, or describe a communication challenge you face as a leader. Subscribe to the channel to continue learning techniques that can elevate your leadership. And don't forget to like the video and share it with other leaders who can benefit from these ideas. In silence we learn, in wisdom we grow. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact your words have as a leader? In a fast-paced corporate world where decisions must be made quickly and clearly, effective communication can be your greatest asset. But how often have your words been misunderstood, caused confusion, or even undermined the trust of your team? Imagine being the type of leader who conveys confidence and clarity in any situation, even in the most challenging ones. In this video, you will discover how Stoic principles, a philosophy that prioritizes emotional control and rationality, can transform your communication. We'll explore practical techniques to say less but with more impact, helping you make decisions confidently and inspire those around you. If you want to become a more effective leader, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing the biggest challenge you face when leading teams. Leadership is not just about what you do, but also about how you communicate. In corporate environments where teams depend on clear instructions and solid direction, communication failures can create serious problems. Misunderstood decisions, demotivated teams, and even internal conflicts often stem from words chosen without care. Now, think of a truly effective leader. It's not someone who speaks more or louder, but someone whose words cut through the noise and offer clarity, even in the most turbulent situations. This is where Stoicism comes in. This ancient philosophy, practiced by leaders like Marcus Aurelius, teaches us that what we say and how we say it is a direct reflection of our minds and emotions. The Stoics believed that controlling your words starts with controlling yourself. When you master your emotions and adopt an intentional approach, communication becomes a powerful tool. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with purpose. Instead of creating conflicts, you build connections. And why does this matter today? In the current corporate landscape, where tight deadlines and constant pressures are the norm, leaders need more than technical skills. They need the ability to communicate with clarity and rationality, to avoid misunderstandings and inspire trust. In this video, our goal is to show you how to incorporate Stoic wisdom to overcome the challenges of ineffective communication, transforming your words into leadership tools. Let's dive into the foundations of this philosophy and discover how to apply it to the daily life of a leader. Stoic communication is based on three fundamental pillars that any leader can adopt to improve their interactions: emotional control, intentional communication, and rational perspective. Let's explore each of these principles and understand how to apply them in the context of leadership. 1. Emotional control. the foundation of Stoic leadership. Stoicism teaches that our emotions, if not managed, can betray us. As a leader, reacting impulsively can lead to confusing messages or even broken trust. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest proponents of this philosophy, often reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Applying this principle means, first, creating a space between stimulus and response. For instance, when receiving criticism or dealing with a frustrated team, instead of reacting immediately, pause. Take a deep breath, process the situation, and respond thoughtfully. This practice not only reduces conflict, but also demonstrates maturity and self-control, qualities indispensable for a leader. 2. Intentional communication. Less is more. The Stoics valued clarity and conciseness. In a corporate world where excessive words can cause confusion, the ability to convey short yet impactful messages is crucial. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, said, "First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak." To apply this principle, start by asking yourself, is my message necessary? Does it add value? A practical example could be when aligning goals with your team. Instead of using long explanations, get straight to the point. Long message. We need to work together, each doing their part, because without that, we risk missing the deadline and possibly frustrating the client, which could cause future problems. Intentional message. Let's focus on the deadline to ensure delivery and client satisfaction. By being direct, you eliminate noise, save time, and ensure your message is understood. 3. Rational perspective. Making decisions. Wisely, last but not least, is the ability to maintain a rational and balanced perspective in all interactions. The Stoics believed that by freeing ourselves from hasty emotional judgments, we could analyze situations more clearly. In leadership, this can be applied during moments of crisis. Imagine a project fails. The instinctive reaction might be to assign blame or punish those responsible. But a Stoic leader would ask, what factors led to this outcome? What can I learn to prevent future mistakes? This approach turns errors into growth opportunities and strengthens respect within the team. Practical example, reframing communication with Stoicism. Let's analyze a common situation. An employee makes a critical mistake. Common reaction, "You messed up again. Why don't you pay more attention?" Stoic approach, "I noticed there was an error. What can we do to prevent this in the future?" The first response is impulsive and may lead to demotivation. The second, based on Stoic principles, promotes resolution and learning while preserving trust. These three fundamentals, emotional control, intentional communication, and rational perspective, not only help leaders communicate better, but also create a healthier and more productive organizational culture. Now that you understand the pillars, let's explore how to apply them to real-life situations. Now that you know the foundations of Stoic communication, it's time to see how these principles can be applied to real-world scenarios leaders face daily. Let's explore three practical situations: crisis management, constructive feedback, and team alignment, and analyze how Stoic techniques can transform the way you interact with your team. 1. Crisis management, turning chaos into clarity. Crises are inevitable in the corporate world, but how you handle them can define your effectiveness as a leader. Under pressure, it's easy to let emotions like frustration or fear take over communication, often worsening the situation. Example. Scenario: your team misses a critical deadline and the client is dissatisfied. Common reaction: how did this happen? We're in trouble because of you. Stoic approach: the deadline was missed and now the client is unhappy. Let's analyze the causes and quickly create a plan to resolve this. The difference is clear. The first response escalates the problem by introducing accusations and emotional tension. The Stoic approach keeps the focus on the solution, promoting a constructive and resolute mindset. Stoic technique for crises. Before speaking, consciously pause to evaluate the facts objectively. Ask yourself, how can I resolve this situation without creating new problems? 2. Constructive feedback, turning mistakes into learning. Giving feedback is one of a leader's most important responsibilities, but also one of the most challenging. Poorly formulated feedback can be perceived as personal criticism, demotivating the team. Example, scenario, a team member delivers subpar work. Common reaction, this is wrong, you need to do better next time. Stoic approach, the result fell short of expectations. Let's review together the points that can be improved. By reframing feedback based on Stoicism, you remove the accusatory tone and focus on growth and continuous improvement. This approach not only enhances the employee's performance but also strengthens the relationship. Stoic technique for feedback, use the principle of positive intention. Before criticizing, ask yourself, how can I communicate this in a way that promotes growth and learning? Third team, alignment, clear and objective communication. When teams are not aligned, the result is often confusion and lost productivity. Stoic communication provides tools to ensure your messages are understood and everyone is on the same page. Example, scenario, you need to present quarterly goals to your team. Common reaction, we need to increase revenue by 20%. Let's work hard to make it happen. Stoic approach, our goal this quarter is to increase revenue by 20%. To achieve this, we need to focus on 3 areas: customer engagement, sales process improvements, and retention. Each of you plays an important role in this plan. The Stoic approach brings clarity, specificity, and purpose, leaving the team more engaged and aligned. Stoic technique for alignment. Before a meeting or important communication, reflect on what you truly want to convey. Use a Stoic checklist. Is my message true, necessary, clear? General tips for applying Stoicism in everyday life. In addition to specific scenarios, here are some practices you can adopt daily to reinforce your Stoic communication. 1. Create a pause space. Before sending an email or responding to a difficult question, take a few seconds to breathe and structure your response. 2. Simplify your message. Reduce complex sentences and eliminate unnecessary words. 3. Practice Stoic empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes before speaking. This helps adapt your language to the context and avoids conflicts. 4. Have key phrases. Prepared. Example, let's solve this together, or let's analyze the causes to find a solution. These practical applications show how Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy, but a modern and relevant approach for today's leaders. When adopted daily, these principles make your communication more effective and inspiring.